I don't know, man. It just said unstable internet and shut it down. I was like, okay. Or this broadcast was stopped or some bullshit. I don't know. It's a new one I haven't seen. You know those little 200-gram cakes I got, dude? You got sharded and Enterprise are pretty good. They're not bad for a small cake, you know. Probably try to shut us down for talking about fireworks or some bullshit. It's hard to tell. Or what we were talking about not having freedom or some bullshit. Who knows? Makes you wonder, don't it? Nah, but they're good to have when you're putting boards together, I think. I like to anyway. I like to move it up from small to large. Plus, there's something to be said for the portability of the smaller cakes, you know? And Pyro Pro cakes I have in there in 500 grams are sweet, but they literally have concrete blocks glued to 3/4 inch plywood on the bottom of them. You grab a case of those, you know it. They're heavy as fuck. Ah, I like to get them when they come 24 to a case because most cakes, even if it's not that great, man, I can do something with 24, just about anything. And like I said, I like to start small and then move up. But that Enterprise cake is pretty good. I've had some of those go with the start with the horsetail effect that blows out the side, and then go into salute, and then back into horsetail. And then I've had some in the same case that'll go with the sideways horsetail, and then it'll go into like a little color burst. And then some of them just have a boom, and some of them don't. There's no way to tell. I don't even think those fireworks have a brand name on them, man. It's one of the reasons why I bought them. I'm like, this might be something good. They're not bad. They got, hella power. They definitely have to be bricked down. But they're, I don't know, strange. So far, good quality, though. I gotta say, it's a little bit better than the store brand of Bada Boom that I had last year. And brown wrap Bada Boom cakes, I had a lot of failures out of those as far as shots that didn't go off. Alright, Power. Well, thanks for coming and joining us, bro. Talking for a little bit. Be careful, man. I couldn't believe the zip struggle, man. That shit is real. I went to 3 different places and I was looking for zips, man, and they did not have any. I was like, shit, they always have those. If not in the store, up there by the counter, where the little stuff is. But nope, not a single one. But yeah, that Sandusky Fireworks and stuff up there on the Great Lakes, that location must be just a golden goose, because what they're charging for fireworks is freaking insane, bro. I seen 12-shot mortar kits in there for over $100. I was like, wow. Nothing special. And I go to this one place, I don't even know what it was called because the sign was so faded. Oh shit, hold on, it's a telephone. Alright, can you hear me, man? That was a fucking survey bullshit. Oh, we got our little TNT tent box, or not the tent, but the little box stand like we had down here last year set up. They set up on the 20th. They just had put their stuff down when I was leaving on my trip. This weekend will be the optimal selling time for the 4th for sure. Walmart's got TNT crap in it. But you know how that goes. Hell, you don't want any of that stuff they sell at the tents there, do you? The safe and sane stuff. I don't know. After seeing the prices I saw up there, dude, anything's gonna look cheaper now. These places made Phantom look cheap. I was like, good God. Like I said, all I can imagine is this must be where it's a tourist trap location. Which also explained all the friggin' car crashes that were going on all around me, dude. That got stressful as shit when I kept hearing tire screech, metal and glass breaking all around me. I'm like, good grief. I just had got done with dinner, walked outside, I'm hearing car crashes and shit. I'm like, I really want to get back in the car and join this mess out here. Yeah, you would, man, for real. Well, I'm Mr. Paying for that shit now. That's for sure. I haven't got out of my chair all day, but not for more than a few minutes. It was alright, man. It was alright. A little disappointing on the limitations and shit on what I'm able to do now, but other than that, it was a good time. The family had a good time, kids had a good time, so it was good. I didn't do a whole lot. Hell yeah, man. I was just there to check on the kids from time to time. Hung out in the arcade a lot. They got a really epic arcade with a bunch of old games and stuff there. It's huge. But I hung out there because they had chairs and tables. That's one thing that they do nice up there at Cedar Point. At all their smoking sections and shit like that, they have uh, lounge chairs and friggin' umbrellas and stuff set up for you, which is nice. And it seems like they actually took one of my suggestions and stuck up a hammock zone where you can get in these big ass hammocks and take a nap if you want. I had suggested that they have like a parent's air conditioned room with recliners that they rent by the hour. And one of my comment survey things, and I'm like, well, they didn't do that, but that's close. I don't know, I still feel bad because of one review that I done to Carowinds, man. I got like fucking 23 people deported and shit. A couple people arrested. It was bad. But the sons of bitches would get off work at 3 o'clock in the morning and party in the parking lot till like daylight. And the parking lot is right next to the campground where people are trying to sleep. And these jackasses are seeing who's got the loudest car alarm and shit like that. And, you know, burning out and all this stuff. So I wrote a letter complaining about it. So they looked into it, busted them for drinking on their property and all that. And turns out like 23 of them were illegals. And they had drugs, alcohol, weapons, all kinds of shit. It was bad. I was like, damn, I just wanted them to shut up, you know? But they were working for him anyway. That's the whole thing, you know. The illegals were working for them. But I think the violations of the drugs and the weapons or something violated their shit, sent them all back. Yeah, I know, right? Shit. Well, that's never a bad thing, is it? I kept walking in the clouds of it up in Ohio, man. People were token down at the park. Dude, there were people token all around me up there. I seen all kinds of carts and shit burning. I'm like, damn, I know what that is. I know what that is. I'm like, I don't have none, but I sure like to have one of those. I left my shit at the campground, you know. I wasn't going to carry it around in an amusement park with me. Nah, I got it for the telephone, too. This is a stupid survey a minute ago, and I didn't realize the cat was velcroed to my chest when I stood up. Yeah. Oh shit, Ray's not gonna make it, is he alright? Hell, I don't know what you guys do. Ah. Well, shit, that ain't worth missing fireworks over. It's like, baby, you know fireworks come first. Oh, well. There's more of them out there. Oh, shit, man. Cat knocked over my change jar. I got change all over the friggin' floor here. Like, my collectible change and shit, my old stuff is just laying everywhere. I'm like, okay. Ah, cool. When is this show? Is he talking about like the 4th of July show? Oh shit. 29th. Damn. Oh hell yeah. That's a hell of a show, man. Sweetness. Sounds like a good time. Sweet. I hear you. Damn, man. I wish I could go to something like that. See, I've never had other pyros and stuff that were into it around, you know, the same way that I am. Sweet. Oh shit, man. I don't know why my damn elbows hurt so much. Maybe it was from driving, I don't know. Oh, if you don't have mine, shit. I don't really mess with Instagram much because I don't have a cell phone, but I do have it on my laptop. But I'm not really active on it or anything. You guys seen that other YouTube and shit that's supposed to give you freedom and to do whatever you want, post whatever you want without getting it pulled? I got on that. It's pretty cool, actually. It's kind of like an old school YouTube, but it's wide open. No, it's not Pornhub. Shit, I can't remember the name. I'm gonna have to look it up. Shit. Oh crap, what is that stuff called? I just got it the other day. It's got some stupid name. Fuck. Give me a minute, guys. I'll find it. But yeah, it's definitely worth interesting. And they give you credit for your subscribers and all this shit. Hell, my subscribers is like worth $38 for just joining their site. I don't know. I'd say this definitely requires more looking into, but if it's what it says it is about giving you free reign to create, and they're not going to be all Nazi up on your ass about what you create and what you put out. Oh, it's called library, except it's LBRY. Yeah, check that shit out. Oh yeah, my God, there's so many weed YouTube channels out there, it's insane. And that just kills me, being in a state where it's illegal. I'm like, I gotta sit there and watch these people complain about their fingers being sore from trim, and I'm like, oh, you poor, poor, poor person. I'm sitting there in front of a giant tub of fucking sweet ass bud. I'm like, shit. That just kills me. I mean, I haven't got into this library thing pretty deep, but if it's what it says it is, it'll be pretty cool. It definitely needs further checking out, especially for what we like to do and stuff. Hey, I'll take that struggle, man, any damn day in the week, compared to paying $20 a G for some bunk crap. And go all over hell in Georgia for that. That's very weak. But that's the way it is here. Seems that way, man. It's still a lot of crap here, though, because people can move anything. That's the problem. Oh, shit, man, I swear. I feel bad for just sitting here on my ass all day. Yeah, yeah. No doubt, man. I'd love to come out there and hang with you dudes. It's just a matter of expense. Driving out there would be the way I'd have to go, because I'd want to bring some of my own stuff with me. I couldn't take it on a plane or any other way, so I'd have to drive. That would be a long trip. Good God. I don't know, it could be like my buddy. He went to Alabama when he come back, man, he done smoked himself partially brain dead. I could tell a difference in his intelligence because it was like ridiculously cheap down south compared to what it was here. Oh hell, man, there's no way I could do that cross country. I'm just way too paranoid for that shit. That wouldn't be good, man. That would be a miserable trip. I just got really bad luck when it comes to shit like that. That would be uncomfortable. I'm alright with having a car full of pyro, but no. I've seen too many of those shows where they're sitting right on the interstate waiting for people coming out of them states to check them. And unfortunately, if I brought my buddies with them, you could spot them from a mile away. They'd be like, yo, that dude's a stoner. Yeah. Yeah. That would be awesome, man. Someday, man, it's just going to require some mega planning. I think right now I've been putting my emphasis on family stuff since my daughter's going to go away for college pretty soon. Nope, not here. I can light all the fireworks I want, but I can't burn anything. I'll smoke anything I want. Pyro GCC. Ah, shit, that name is not ringing a bell, man. Oh, hell no, dude. I looked into renting an RV. It was ridiculously, insanely expensive. It was fucking crazy. I could go and fly there and stay in a 4-star hotel for the price of taking an RV, bro. Fairmont. Damn. Uh, oh shit, I'd have to see your stuff, man. I've got really bad with names. But cool, man. I'll definitely check it out. Sorry, I try to keep track of everybody, man, but it's hard. Oh man, that's what I need to do, man. I need to get some pyros in my area to come to my place because I got the perfect property for it. I mean, there's miles of just my land, so nobody can be bugged, and nobody can fucking bother us and shit, which is awesome. Plenty of places for people to camp and shit if they wanted to. Oh no, they wouldn't. They would not. It's miles in the middle of nowhere, bro. There is no neighbors. There's mountains that cover anything that we're gonna launch, just about. Unless we're launching some space shuttle high shit, they're not gonna see anything but the flashes. But I let off an epic amount of stuff. I mean, maybe not on the 15 grand level, but it wouldn't matter. Not here. Or let's say they haven't been here in 23 years. Let's put it that way. Knock on wood. I've done, yeah, Tannerite, shit like that. I've done 5-pounders. No problem. Shoot them with AK-47 in the backyard, man. In my underwear once. Yeah. It's like when I want a deer and shit, I got to sit on the porch with the rifle and wait for one to walk across the road or the driveway there and pop. Step out, grab the deer, bring it back to the house. That's about, what it's like there, man. It's like on a plateau in the middle of a of a mountain ridge or something, and all the mountains surrounding it and stuff like that are my family and mine's property. So we don't have to worry about any complaints. But I don't know any pyros around here really, because you know the average person, even though there's firework tents open and stuff, still thinks that pyro is illegal in West Virginia. Shoot a deer with a rocket? No. I have killed one with a rock before, though. No doubt. It would be funny, but you'd probably get in trouble for it. I could only imagine what they don't seem to pay much attention to it, to be honest. I stayed at Crystal Rock. I thought about putting like a rocket on a guided string target and have it going into like an explosive target or something. That might be cool. Well, you could always do like the Chinese and make one of them bee traps where they attached the arrows to the rockets and had the rocket-powered arrows. Just fired them in a volley. You could probably take down a good part of a herd, because they come through like 25, 30 at a time. The whole herd moves at certain times of the day. You see them early in the morning, about 7:30, 8 o'clock, and then right before dark, right at dusk, the herd comes back for an hour or two. Yeah, I'd probably go to jail for animal cruelty or some shit, because you know I'd put this shit on YouTube. Oh yeah, man. I don't kill it unless I'm gonna eat it. Unless it's something, you know, I gotta kill, like a rodent or a pest or some shit. I'll kill the hell out of a possum fucking with my trash now. I still remember the first time I tried to kill a friggin' possum. I didn't know they were like a friggin' tank. I felt horrible for the thing. I was like, son of a bitch, I done shot it like 6 times. 3 in the head, and the son of a bitch is still coming. I'm like, what the fuck? Possums must not need their brain at all. Almost like a damn zombie critter. Dude, they kept fucking up my trash, fucking up my trash, fucking up my trash. And I come out on my porch one night, and the trash can was literally rocking from side to side because they were inside the trash bag, inside the can. So I had this 22 that was made like an AK with I think it was a 30 or 40 round clip on it. I just leveled it off at that trash can and opened up and killed like 3 of them. Ventilated my trash can a little bit. Shit, that's not cool. Go in there and club it with a friggin' impact wrench. I've done that before, man. Opened up a tool drawer one time in the shed, and luckily I had a socket wrench in my hand. As soon as I opened that damn thing, a mouse come and run up my arm. I whacked it with that fucking wrench and just gored it right there on the spot. I was like, you ain't running down my shirt, you little fucker. Tell you what, man, a lifetime of video game playing is good for your reflexes. It saved my ass more than a few times, especially on the highway. Literally, being a gamer has saved me from getting in several crashes. From doing it from a young age, I do believe. They should do a study on that. They always talk about the drawbacks of video games. They should talk about some of the positives. It does. It keeps the mind fresher for your problem solving, your hands and stuff like that, coordination and stuff like that is good. Your reaction time is better. Like I said, literally being a gamer has saved me on the highway when a fraction of a second counts, you know. Of course, it also depends on what kind of person you are. There's some people that their first instinct is they freeze up and they have no clue what to do. For some of them for a while, some of them just for a second, and then there's some people that automatically react. I had to actively dodge morons all around me on my trip, man. That shit's crazy. Especially on the way up there in the torrential storms that I kept driving into. Those tractor trailers, when it's raining hard, the spray that comes off of them just makes everything around you invisible. And that's just not kosher at 70 miles an hour. Oh yeah, especially, yeah, definitely, man. Gotta say that Malibu is a strange car with that start-stop technology shit, dude. It's weird when you come up to a stoplight and something and hit the brakes and the car dies. That's normally a problem. It's like, oh shit, the car just died. And you hit the gas and then it starts back up. And I'm like, that's just weird. I mean, but the gas mileage don't lie, man. I drove that car for like 500 miles and I still had half a tank of gas. I was like, shit. It got V8 power. I'm like, damn. It was fucking awesome, man. I mean, it's a V8 that gets 4-cylinder gas mileage. And a good 4-cylinder gas mileage. I was like, damn. And it's a full-size car. I liked it. I mean, I just rented it. I don't own it, but I like it. I'd like to have one. Brand new 2019 model. That's pretty sweet. I was expecting to be hard on gas when I saw a Chevy full-size car. I was like, oh, okay, this is going to be a nice ride, but it's going to cost a lot. Because you never know at the rental place that I go to what you're going to get, basically. I don't know what this car is. It just runs off some really weird shit. I don't know. It's one of them key fob with the start button kind of stuff. I don't know how I feel about that either, because it seems like I just forget that shit where you're not taking it out of the, you're not taking the key out, you know. That's what I said. That start-stop technology really works, because I saw the gas mileage firsthand, but even something that's made for that, that's got to be hard on it. It really does. So far, man, with the right amount of research a laptop and the right program and connectors, I've been able to take care of most issues I've run into with the vehicle if I have to. No, nah, it's like made up into the floor pan of the car and shit. It's a major thing, like getting a motor replaced or worse. But you know what? When they gave me the car, the lady just drives up, throws me the key fob thing, and that's it. I'm like, okay. I'm in there trying to find out how the key works. I'm like, I see the start button. I'm like, okay, that's how it works. Put this in my pocket, start the car and shit. And then when it dies the first time, I was like, oh man, this brand new car just died in the middle of the road. Because it's just instinct. I've drove some crappy cars and stuff, you know, with carburetor issues and shit that would die at stoplights. And so every time it done that, my first instinct was, shit. You know? Because you can feel it. And you can hear it every time it shuts off. That's what I'm saying can't be good for it. A nice car to rent, but I'm sure that car cost a boatload of money. Leather seats and shit. It was nice. Damn, bro, what issues you got? I'd say it's hard on a lot of things. It is when a motor's cold as far as startup and stuff goes, but if it's, you know, lubricated and warm, it's not that big of an issue. And the way this car started, it never used the starter when it kicked on. It was like it used the hybrid part to kick the motor on, almost like dropping it into gear. Like you would jump starting a clutch almost, but in an automatic fashion. It's hard to explain. I don't know, but I was really surprised. That car got the same gas mileage as a little, shit, one of them little Kia crap cars that are just little tiny little car. It got the same mileage as that on that trip, so I was impressed. It's a full-size family car. And that thing would haul ass, too. I looked down a few times and I was over a bill. I was like, oh shit. My truck, you're going that fast, you know it. You know? Shit's gonna start vibrating, but in that car, it just... That was really weird when you take back something after you've been driving it for several days that free rolls so easy, and then you get in my four-wheel drive truck, which is geared really low. My truck wants to cruise at like 45. That's where it's comfortable at. Any more than that, and you gotta push the gas, which makes it hard on gas. I wish I could change the gearing in that thing a little bit. I don't need that low gearing in it. That's what the transfer case is for. You know, it just needs a little higher gear. I wonder if I could get a power programmer for that truck and adjust the gear ratios. I'm gonna have to research into that. It'd be worth the investment. I don't know if something that old would have a power programmer though. It might. Oh yeah, power dude, I gotta show you this gauge that I got, man. It's pretty sweet. It hooks up into your OBD port on your car, you know, that's new enough that's got an OB2 OBD2 port. That's what I'm trying to friggin' say. But it shows you all the information and shit, like your coolant temperature, all the stuff that your idiot lights don't cover, all in one gauge, man. And it's only like $35. But the amount of stuff that it monitors, it's got the capture stuff where you got like intermittent, I can't talk today, failures and shit that only happens from time to time. It's got capture for shit like that while you're driving, which is good. Oh, I started back in the days where I had to take the chips and put them in the OBD1, and then I got an OBD1 programmer, and then I got the OBD1 and 2 auto X-ray machine. I got that from an eBay auction, really cheap, and it does just about all the stuff you would want it to do. But you got to have the connection for the different model cars. Back in the OBD1, they were model specific, you know. So if you don't have the connector, you can't use it. Sold separately. That's what I grew up with, was the electronic fuel injection, because all the old timers and stuff wouldn't touch it. So I was like, shit, I'll figure out how it works. That's what I grew up working on. Of course, the old stuff too. There are a lot of old trucks in West Virginia, and a lot of my old Volkswagens and stuff. My first car was a Volkswagen Beetle, man. It's a 73 Super Beetle. And that was the worst car purchase in history. It was actually pretty damn comical, man. I mean, on my part. I was just a kid, though. I didn't know any better. I had some money. I was working at a Subway, right? I had been made manager of the Subway. And it was only a mile from my house, so I'd been walking for a while, you know, saving money. Finally got enough money to buy a shitty car. I found a Volkswagen Beetle. And I went, and it wasn't sitting at the guy's house. This is at a business, which that was the first sign that I shouldn't have bought it. The second sign is that the thing was running when I got there, and that's never good, you know. But I didn't know that as a kid. I got in it and tried to move it. Well, I paid the guy for the car. You know, after I saw it run it, got it, it hit the gas a few times. I was like, gave the guy the money. He disappeared. He evaporated from Earth. I tried to move the car. All 4 brakes are locked because it's been sitting there so long they're rusted shut. So I take all the friggin' wheels off, unlock the brakes and stuff all around the car, got them rolling and working and shit. I'm like, alright, now it's time to pull out and drive this puppy, because I'm going to drive it home, you know, because back then you could do shit like that. And as soon as I pulled out on the highway, the seat fell out of the floorboard of the car onto the pavement, and my ass is skidding on the highways. It's throwing sparks and stuff all up in the freaking car. And that's the story of my first car. I ended up having to be late for work, number one. Number two, I had to rent like a U-Haul hauler, you know, car dolly thing to pull the freaking car home. But I got all that shit repaired, and I drove the car. I didn't have any steel to reinforce the floors, so I took road signs and used them as flooring, and I reinforced it with metal I-beams from a bed. Actually, I just cut the ends off. But it worked. Come on, Tiggy Tig. What is it, buddy? Hey, buddy, what you doing? Huh? What's your ticket to you? No, I see you, big guy. Yes. I got a pet to take you too. He's my big old kitty. He's a giant orange tabby cat that I got, but he's a big teddy bear. Yeah, and my Volkswagens had that stuff, man. Them old points and stuff set up like that. That, and I had a Ford Falcon. I think it was like a 64. That was my second car. And it run good. And it even looked decent. But it used about a quart of oil every time I took it out. Left a cloud behind it. It was actually nicknamed the Cloud. And from that I went to a 78 Ford Maverick. And I actually liked that car because it looked a little sporty to me, you know. A Maverick did, you know, back then to me anyway. And, shit. My cousin had helped me install some gauges. I didn't know he didn't know what he was doing. He installed the oil pressure gauge, and it was mechanical back then, you know, direct line to the gauge. He didn't get that shit all there tight. That thing come loose right there in that friggin' tray there into the car. I'm spraying fucking motor oil on me as I'm driving down the highway. That was not a good experience. Oh yeah, I sold that car for scrap, I think. That was a long, long time ago though. But the motor, the rings and stuff like that were just gone. But other than that, it was a dependable car as long as you kept the oil and stuff to it. And then I got into Chevrolets and Camaros and stuff, and that was all I drove through my later teenage years and stuff. Early 20s and stuff like that. Firebirds, Camaros and shit. I got to where I could take one apart and know every nut and bolt in the car. Still do. Third, fourth generations. Some fifth generation stuff. That's about what I was, but I had a Dodge Demon. I remember that car because it was my first car that. No, I was going to say it was my first car. The Volkswagen would have been my first car with manual steering and manual brakes, but I guess in a Volkswagen it doesn't really matter because it's such a small car. But in the damn Demon, you could definitely tell that the manual brakes and the manual brake and steering was definitely an issue if you wasn't used to it, you know. I wish I had all those rides. And then I bought a Pontiac Fiero. That was really good. That car was a piece of shit, but it looked good. So I kept that car running, and that car taught me so much about working on cars because I had to work on it all the time because it was such a turd. Damn, what the hell was that? Those are cool little cars, but I'm not a Ford guy, but those are cool. People work the dog shit out of them too. It's one of my buddies now. He's got a Subaru Brat. He's got two of those. He's been driving around. You wouldn't believe the people that's been trying to buy those cars off of him. Yeah, I think I would, bro. I definitely would. That way you can ensure nobody else gets a hold of it, for one. You used to be able to find stuff like that here all the time, pretty reasonable, but you can't anymore. I've been to yard sales and stuff where they were selling old cars for $700-800, you know, nice stuff. Little old lady left in the garage kind of shit that you hear about, you know. But you know, that stuff don't happen these days. Yeah, I think, damn, man. Why haven't you already? Is it the whole car truck thing that you don't like? I mean, they are collectible now, man, you know. Hell, you know all about that shit. You're doing car shows and shit all the time. You know more about it than I do. Excuse me. Yeah, there wasn't no plague victim standing behind me in line, so I should be good this time. Just harsh smoke.
I'm short. Need more energy.
I need to adjust the darkness. It's too bright. Where the hell did you come from? Goodbye. Well, I gotta say, brother, that's a hell of a problem to have. Stupid bitches. Uh-oh. That's a thunder boomer out there, I hear. Shit. Should have saved for that one there. 2,000. That's expensive. See if I can get to 2. The shotgun here. Let's go ahead and mine the hallway. Hey, what's up, James? Sorry, I didn't see you come in. I was concentrating on the zombie slaughter and trying to stay alive here. This game can take a bit of your concentration for sure. The fuck is that, a baby doll? The hell is that door here? Odd. Damn, they got me. Oh, hell yeah, man. Congrats on getting the order. Sweet. I hope everybody has a good one for sure. I look forward to seeing my friends and shit. I just hope for some good weather this year. I don't want to deal with no rain. So let's hope we're lucky on that front, guys. 11 cases. Respectable amount of pyro, man, for sure. Wholesale beats the hell out of retail, man. Good God. The prices some people pay are just criminal. That's true. That's why I'm trying to get some more stuff done before the show this year, so I don't have to stress out on getting stuff done. About the only way I can do it without stressing myself out. I tell you, man, that shit, dude. I just got back from Sandusky, Ohio, Jameson, and that place up there, them people pay out the nose for fireworks. It's like over $100 for a 12-shot basic mortar kit. I'm like, this is insane. Like $50 for a snow cone fountain. I'm like, what? You get a whole case for 52. And I know they got markup, but good God. I like looking at pyro, but they didn't have anything interesting, and all the stuff they had was god awfully priced. Dude, a 12-shot kit like the zombie blasters was like $100 for a 12-shot kit. A 24 canister kit, I didn't even look. I did not even look, dude. I was seeing $150, $160 tags on shit though. After I saw those prices, I was just like, screw this. I was just looking for one thing, and I was like, I was out. Alright. Can you hear me now? Sorry about that. My shit went out. Yeah, they got Phantom stuff there. They have a Phantom logo. So that's one of the reasons, but good God. And I stopped at Eagle Fireworks in Marietta, Ohio. They were super high as well. It's like Ohio fireworks, man. You do not want to try to buy that shit. There's coming a big storm. It just shook the windows here. It's getting dark as fuck. Yo, I'm hitting this vape like my life depends on it today, man. Ah, I don't know. You know the frustration, dude. Like when you get older, you got problems yourself, and your mind just wants to do things, and your body won't let you. How bad that pisses you off. That is frustrating as hell, man. That's never good, man. Here where I live right in the middle of town, even in the bad storms and stuff, my power's not out most of the time. I shouldn't say that, but most of the time it's good. It's pretty dependable. Yeah, with the stores you guys get, I'd say it alright, bro. Gonna have to get some more power, bro. Yeah, it's not good. All my stuff I keep at my mom's house and stuff like that. Generators, power inverters, and shit like that. She needs it with the oxygen machine and all that other stuff. If the power fails, it fails there a lot more in the country than it does here in the town. The worst thing we had was a few years ago was that derecho storm that come through here. It wiped out the power and shit for like over a month. Now that was an experience, man. There were no pictures taken that 4th of July, I can tell you that. I would try to go 4,000 or above, to be honest, but I'd aim for the 5,000-6,000 range, to be honest, if you want to run your house and stuff. Yeah, a month, man. It was over a month in some places, but that's just what it was for us in our area. It just ripped the trees down. It was like a straight line hurricane that come down and just took the trees like and power lines and all that shit out, man. It was crazy. Just come out of the blue. First thing happened was our power went out. So I go out on the porch, I'm talking to my daughter, and we're playing trivia questions and stuff, and the storm comes up, and she gets all worried, and I tell her, I'm like, oh, hell, honey, it's alright. About that time, furniture starts blowing across the porch. I'm like, well, no, maybe this is something different. So I had her go get the truck instead of the house because it was a double wide in the middle of a field, so I didn't really want her in the house the way it was blowing around and shit. So then I was launching rockets into it, and it was crazy because the pressure was so high the rockets would go up about 15 feet and then they'd just stop in midair, and then they'd run out their fuel and pop. I was like, shit, that's crazy. I'm out there doing rocket experiments in the storm. It's pretty rare because of the mountains to have tornadoes in West Virginia. They do happen, but they're pretty isolated. Most of the time they happen in places where there ain't nobody at. Most of the time. The last time we had a tornado that done any significant damage was like in 1973. The mountains does shelter us from a lot of stuff. But on the same note, if a tornado does get up in the mountains, it's kind of got like a pinball effect too. Which is bad. Very bad. But it's not an often occurrence. Fortunately. No, up in Ohio where I was at, they have storms and shit like that sometimes, especially up around the Great Lake. On Lake Erie up there. all that flat land, the wind just gets crazy. That's what it was like when I got to my campground. It had been storming for like 2 weeks up there, man. Even the newspapers were talking about all the rain. So the ground was so saturated, when you'd step on it, the water would come up out of it. So that's what I'm setting my tent up at, you know, late at night. I didn't even check into the campground because they was closed. I was like, screw it, I'll just settle up what to do the next day. And I did, you know. But I was like, it was very unpleasant. It didn't rain anymore at all, which was good. But the wind howled and shit like the wind only howls like that here, like in February or some shit, like in the winter. So it was weird to hear that, you know, here in summertime. And actually it was cold. I was cold up there, man. It was crazy. I like cool temperatures. I do. And their highs was in the 70s, which is like perfect, you know, comfortable weather. But I found myself chilly. I'm like, damn, it must be from farther south. Ah, where you at, Jameson? Or you mean roundabout? You know what state? Oh shit, coast of South Carolina. I hear you. Beautiful place, but dangerous place, man. I'd get away from the coast if I were you, if at all possible. Yeah, I'd still go inland big time, man. It is not safe to be anywhere near the coast. It'd be fun to visit, but I wouldn't want to have property there. It's too dangerous, especially with the way weather's doing. If the luck's gonna run out with the way the weather's going, dude, I'd get out of that shit, go somewhere else. That'd be me, you know. Yeah, it happens, but damn, it's gonna happen a lot more frequently with the way the weather's changing and shit. And it's just gonna get worse. I know the weather here in my state has changed like you wouldn't believe. It's a lot hotter. It's a lot wetter. It rains a whole lot more here than it used to. And then old Pyro dude out west, he's got all those forest fires and shit to deal with. That's a lot more common now. Shit's changing, man, that's for sure. It's undeniable at this point. It's just how far is it going to go? It's a normal event, though. I mean, hell, the Sahara Desert, the driest place on earth, there used to be a giant lake or sea, you know. People lived on there for thousands of years, they say, right by, you know, in the Sahara Desert. And it was the green belt of the planet. And now it's the driest place on earth. So things do change in time. Hell, there's fossils in Antarctica and stuff where under miles of ice, trees and shit. Which is part of the problem now, with especially up in the northern places in Alaska where That frozen tundra and stuff from prehistoric shit that's been frozen for 10,000 years is unthawing, where it's been marinating for 10,000 years. All it does is release pure methane, which just drives the shit even further. Oh, that's good, man. At least you ain't got all that acidic ash falling on your shit. Yeah. Man, I watched a documentary on them dry places in Antarctica and stuff, like them valleys and shit that's so dry. Like anything goes down in there, it's like the surface of Mars and shit. Just the dryness will kill your ass. I was like, damn, that shit's crazy. That's like the surface of another planet. I wouldn't go there. I don't care what kind of scientific research I was doing, unless it was something to save the friggin' planet. I wouldn't go there. I hate cold weather, man. I hate hot weather too, though. I want it just right. I used to have a storybook when I was a kid. This little pig is looking for the mud that was just right. I guess I'm that little pig. Shit. I feel you, bro. You ain't gotta worry about you typing around here, man. If I can understand what you mean, that's all good. If I don't, I'll be like, what? Damn, man. See, that shit don't happen around my house anymore, man. Unfortunately, my homies are all in need. That's the only time I see them. Shit's so crazy in my family right now, bro. That's part of the reason why I was trying to get away and go on my trip with the, you know about the shit with my mom and her health problems. That's crazy enough, but the whole thing about them having a new house being built is just adding insult to injury when it comes to that shit. I can't understand why. But if that's what they want, that's what they want. But you think, since my mother is literally dying, that wouldn't be a priority. I can't understand that part. Unless it's just important for her to leave something behind that's nice. I don't know. I don't know what the motivation there is. But they're building a new house on the old house's location, so they're tearing down the old house. They have to move, live in a hotel with all this medical equipment and shit that my mom takes and everything else, and they've lived so isolated now they don't know how to handle shit. And it's just, I don't know. It's like, fuck, I gotta go somewhere for a while, Spring and fall is the time to be alive around here, man. That's when the weather's best. It gets really humid in the summer. Well, you know all about that down there in South Carolina, shit. That place about killed me down there at Carowinds, and that was just at Charlotte. I'm not used to that heat. It's a difference of about 15 degrees, but that's enough. See, that's the problem, man. I don't even know the situation, really. That's the bad part. It's just, I don't know why they just decided this whole new house thing was in order because there's nothing wrong with the old house other than it needs a new roof. That ain't a reason to build a whole friggin' house. But whatever, I guess. Jameson, I don't know. I asked the same thing, but want a new house, that's what they're doing. I stated my opinion on it, and that's all I could do, you know. I was like, okay, y'all gonna do what you're gonna do, so, alright. I don't know if it's the whole stress of it or what. I really don't. I mean, I've lost track of how many minor heart attacks, major heart attacks that my mom's had in the last year. I've literally lost track. Blood clots. She's got blood clots in her arm now, where her whole arm is just black and shit. It's really bad. And she's in stage 4 kidney failure. There's that. They just told her that she has stomach cancer too. So it's like, really, what the fuck? And while all this is going on, they're building a new house. So, you know, I don't really understand why that's the priority at this moment in time, but for whatever reason, it's important to them to do this. So I'm like, okay, do it. If that makes you happy, roll it, you know. So shit. Oh yeah, that's why I try to get the hell away for a little while. Got to keep going crazy. And then you throw my little brother into the mix. He's not going to live in the hotel because he's awkward around strangers. So he's going to camp out in the woods for the 2 months while the new house is being built. Oh, I know, man. That's why I'm talking now. I'm just like, shit. But that's enough to stress out anybody. And then I got my own family issues, you know, to keep track of and stuff. It's hard to keep track of 2 households, it really is. And then my old man, he's always had signs of early onset dementia and shit. And after he took a fall off the roof and landed on his head and fractured his skull, that problem's accelerated. So his amount of help is not much there either. That's what he wants. So he's been building a camp up there in the woods with a friend of his. Alright, Paladin, get some rest, bro. Don't work so hard, man. It'll ruin the project if you work too hard on it. Take her easy, man. I didn't even know you're still here. Well, I appreciate you hanging out, brother. I do. But get some rest, man. Oh, I'm not gonna be getting any rest myself right now. My joints are friggin' screaming. That and I got a cat on my head. No, I didn't either. I knew he was there earlier, but I thought he'd left. You can't really trust that counter thing up here. You know how YouTube is, bro. I do love my cats, man. I'm not gonna lie. I love my cats, especially my big boy here. It's unusual to have a cat this big. That's about where I'm at, man. I keep falling asleep, and I'll sleep for 30 or 40 minutes, just enough to keep me going and pissed off. I hate that. When you're watching Family Guy and you fall asleep and you wake up and it's the same episode, that'll piss you off. That's one of the reasons why I like to have smoke, man. It does help me sleep. If I can get smoked out. It's just unfortunately I'm a smoke dog. I'm gonna have to get a hold of some good shit though, because I think that shit I've been smoking is garbage. Looks good, but I don't know. It passes all the tests, but just I don't think it works that well. Yeah. I don't know, man. But you know, during all this shit that's going on in my life, I got this next door neighbor bitching about that platform from that garage. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to sit there and explain my situation to somebody that I don't have to explain myself to. You know what I'm saying? That is the least of my fucking concerns right now. I took the building down, so it was safe, so leave me the fuck alone. I got more serious shit going on. But people don't know, and they don't care. But I have to be careful because I don't have patience to deal with that shit right now. Yeah, I'd definitely like to try some of that shit for sure. I don't think I've got anything like it. Because even these cartridges and shit just aren't really doing it for me anymore. I get more of a headache now than anything. That and they choke the dog shit out of a person. Oh shit. Sounds like that storm blew over. Damn, what time is it anyway? Damn, it's 8 o'clock. Well, it's only like 5 o'clock for you though, ain't it, Power Dude? That 3 hour difference is a trip. Oh shit. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get off here, man. Let you guys go. I appreciate you hanging out, bullshit with me for a little while. I do, man. Pyro Dude, Jameson, UFO, everybody that's dropped in from now and then. I do appreciate it. It does help when you got some guys to at least vent some of your shit too from time to time. I will, man. Like I said, I appreciate you dudes. I'll see you next time. I want to do another giveaway here shortly before the 4th so I can get it out. So make sure you guys get in it. It might have something good. I know you do, man. And I appreciate the hell out of it. I do. Later, bro.